Howdy, Space Rangers, Captain Phoenix here. Today we got another video. Oh, I'm naked! Woo! Some minor technical difficulties. Okay, so today's video, what's about? It's actually about the rise of Skywalker. Yes, I know the film is over. Get over it, dude. Blah, 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 blah. You suck. Happy Mother's Day. Nah, I'm joking. But yes, what I want to talk about is Skywalker. I don't know how to make a joke. So without further ado, let's just jump into it since I don't know how to make jokes apparently. So as you know, Rise of Skywalker was the final Skywalker film. However, there is something about that film I noticed, and this is the theory I'm basing it on. So, you remember when Rey was on the ground and she was like looking at the lightning storm and she was seeing and she was hearing all the Jedi of the past? Well, we know that she heard Kanan Jarrus and she heard Ahsoka Tano, two famous Star Wars characters we know about. The question is, did she hear Ezra? Dun, 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 hey! No, I'm not doing that. I'm seriously not. Yeah, that's the question I want to tackle today. Did Ray hear Ezra Bridger? Now, for those of you who don't know, I'm gonna have to educate you a bit. So Ezra Bridger comes from this TV show called Star Wars Rebels, which takes place about 14 years after Revenge of the Sith, so about 6 years before A New Hope. It focuses on a group of rebels, but the two main characters are Kanan Jarrus and his apprentice Ezra Bridger. Ezra Bridger was a bit annoying, especially like for the first 2 to 3 seasons. In the fourth season, he definitely got some character growth, and he definitely did become a better character at the end of it. For the first 3 years, a bit weird. And at the end of season 4, he made a sacrifice to disappear to the unknown regions of the galaxy to save his friends on Earth. Oh, and his master died. Okay, so um, so as we know, Ezra is a Jedi. Probably never learned how to become a Force ghost, but I'm betting he did. I mean, he must have learned from the wolves or something. So last time we saw Ezra, he got sent off into space at the end of the Rebels TV show with Grand Admiral Thrawn. And so this kind of leads me to ask, during the events of Rise of Skywalker, could Ezra be alive? Could he potentially still be around to help Rey rebuild the Jedi Order? That's a question I really think we could tackle right here. Cause where do I start? We know Kanan Jarrus died. He died in the show Rebels, and some way he was able to talk through the walls. Then we have Ahsoka Tano, the former apprentice of Anakin Skywalker. We know that she died somewhere in between Return of the Jedi and Rise of Skywalker, because we see her alive after Return of the Jedi, but her voice her force voice ghost. I mean, wait, her voice, the voice of her force ghost is there at the end of Rise of Skywalker, meaning that she has died, and okay, I don't want to say it kind of makes sense, but by Rise of Skywalker she would be at least 71 years old, so it can, I don't want to say makes sense because people definitely live older than 70, but she she did die in between those two periods, and we know she's also around for the Mandalorian season 2, meaning that she's even alive 5 years after Return of the Jedi, so we know she's around. Now, the way the Rebels show ended with Sabine Wren and Ahsoka Tano going on the search for Ezra Bridger. These two were going to go search the unknown regions to find what happened to their friend. And can I just say, if they do make a follow-up show or animated movie or whatever about Ezra, I hope he's body. I just like want to see him with a green mustache, lightsaber. I mean, with his mustache, just his green lightsaber, just taking on all the baddies that come his way. Like I can just picture Ezra being this cool baddie in the unknown regions. Maybe him and Thrawn have to team up to survive. It'll be such a cool thing. I kind of hope they do that real soon. But as we know, at the end of Return of the Jedi, Sabine Wren and Ahsoka Tano look for the lost friend Ezra, and um, so you're probably thinking, oh yeah, maybe they found him in Resistance. Nope, Resistance takes place a few months before The Force Awakens, and the search for Ezra is way passed over. It's like that search is way long gone. So we obviously know it cannot take place during Resistance because that takes place roughly 30 years later, meaning that. And again, according to our timeline, Ahsoka is dead in Rise of Skywalker, meaning it's not gonna be too hard to judge that she is also dead during the sequel trilogy. We know Kanan Jarrus is dead, but he was died in the show, so he's not really mattering. The problem is Ahsoka. We know she's alive at least up to 5 years after Return of the Jedi, and we know that she's dead in Rise of Skywalker, meaning that in that time frame of 25 years, she must have died somewhere. So maybe she died on the search for Ezra, or maybe she died due to a Sith, maybe Snoke or something. But the main questions we have are: did they find Ezra, and could he be alive? Now, as to whether or not they found Ezra, it's possible. Maybe Ahsoka and Sabine found Ezra, and instead of they rescue him, but Ahsoka died in the process. That could be a possibility. The other possibility I have is he's still alive. We know Ahsoka and Kanan are dead, but we didn't hear Ezra's voice during the final battle in Rise of Skywalker, meaning that he's not dead, or at the very least, according to me, I don't think he's dead. And if he is dead, maybe he hasn't learned how to become a Force ghost, but I don't believe it. So therefore, my theory is that Ahsoka, Sabine, Ahsoka and Sabine found Ezra on some desolate planet in the outer regions. Thrawn may be dead at this point, who knows? They rescue him. Ahsoka dies during the rescue, sacrificing herself for Ezra and Sabine's rescue. Ezra and Sabine get out of there. And what happens is Ezra quits his life as a Jedi. He decides to live just as some random guy in the galaxy doing his part. And maybe he settles down and raises a family, Sabine, who knows? It's all fan fiction at this point. Or he's still alive and being a Jedi, and he only comes back after the Rise of Skywalker. What if Ezra could come back at the end of Rise of Skywalker and help rebuild the Jedi Order? Those are my theories. I believe Ahsoka could have died during the rescue, and Ezra decided to either give up his life as a Jedi or to help rebuild the Jedi Order. And if the second one's the case, it kind of begs the question as to where he was for the past two movies, as to why he didn't do anything. Considering he's a very well trained Jedi, it does beg the question as to why he didn't do anything during Force Awakens and Last Jedi, and then he decides to come back after the events of Rise of Skywalker. And we know he's the same age of Luke, so he'll be about what, 54 here, so he wouldn't have been even too old to do anything. I believe Ezra would still be around, and I believe he could have done a few things. And since his voice Force Ghost wasn't there at the end of Rise of Skywalker, I believe, it's a firm belief for me, that he could still potentially be alive somewhere in the galaxy. This is just a theory I have. I wonder what Disney will do with it. I wonder if they'll answer the questions, whether they'll be able to write some comic about it, solve some theories, but at this point it's just fan fiction. So that's my theory. Ezra is still alive somewhere, either a non-Jedi, cut himself off from the Force, Luke style, or he's helping Rey rebuild the Order after Episode 9. I don't know. Anything, thank you so very much for watching. Thank you for watching this dumb theory, and just tell me what you think in the comments. Do you think Ezra survived post Return of the Jedi, or did he die with Thrawn at the end of Rebels? Well, I mean, Dave did say he's confirmed he's alive, so what do you think happened? Do you think he'll be this baddie with a cool beard, surviving, roughing it out? Maybe he's the leader of some village or something. Thrawn survives. He has some teamwork with Thrawn, and then Thrawn dies along the way. I don't know. You tell me what you think. And guys, thank you so very much for watching. I'll thank Captain Phoenix, and be sure to like and subscribe. And with that, I will see you in another universe.